On the holiday of Shavuos, we read the story, the book of Ruth, the great convert who left royalty, accepted upon herself poverty just to become part of the Jewish people. She eventually became the great-grandmother of none other than King David. How did she merit to achieve such a dynasty? In the book of Ruth, we're told that Boaz spoke to Ruth, and he said to her, I have heard, our rabbis tell us that he heard through prophecy, I have heard about you. I've heard about the kindness that you bestowed upon your mother-in-law. And I have heard about how you left riches and joined the Jewish people. When you look at these two great things that she did, how do they compare? And our rabbis tell us this is why she merited to be the great-grandmother of King David. Because of these two things. She took care of her mother-in-law, and she left a life of royalty to join the Jewish people as a barefoot poor person. How do you compare these two things? She took care of her mother-in-law, and she changed. She gave up everything in her life to become part of the Jewish people. Okay, taking care of your mother-in-law is beautiful, but there are many people who would do that. Well, it was even more. She took care of her mother-in-law after her husband died. It's beautiful. How do you compare that? How do you say that in the same breath as she gave up everything that she had, all her riches, to go and become close to God, become part of the Jewish people? How do you compare the two things? My teacher, the Rosh Yeshiva, asked this question. And he taught that from the fact that they are compared, and they're mentioned in the same breath, and not only mentioned in the same breath, but the fact that she took care of her mother-in-law is mentioned first to teach us that acts of kindness are not small in the eyes of God. Acts of kindness performed sincerely, with feeling, with dedication, are acts of sanctity. And if it's done from the depths of a person's heart, in God's mind, they're on par with the greatest other sacrifices that we make and can make in our lives. The holiday of Shavuos is approaching, and Shavuos is the day that we receive the Torah. And it's a day that reminds us that we need to take the teachings of the Torah and grow and grow. All of us, as children, if we come from good homes, we're taught to be nice, to share, to help, to care. But as we grow older, we learn that it's not just words. Just our giving and our desire to give and our desire to help has to mature and has to become deeper and deeper as we grow older and wiser. Have a beautiful Shabbos and a fabulous and enjoyable Shavuos holiday.